So for this opener, it's gotta be my best Christmas present, and I actually only got 2 Christmas presents. Not even my family got me Christmas presents. It was just Jinx and one of our viewers, and I know the viewer watches, so I appreciate your gift. Don't think it's not great. It's just, this is what Jinx got me. Ah, look at that. But it's not only this. Jinx got me the whole set. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold on, put that Kirby down. I got all the dims. She got me all 4. Ah! And so, yeah, inside these guys is all the appendages and the game thingy and a stand. All that's inside Kirby. We know Kirby can hold a lot, but damn, little boy can pack a lot in there. Wow.
Wow.
Welcome back, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time for the vlog. And the first half of this vlog is going to be heavy stuff. So if you want to skip the heavy stuff and go to light stuff, go to that time code right there. Right there. Like, there's an empty space here. So Jinx could put the time code right here. Or she's going to be spiteful and put it over here. Or here. I don't know. We'll see what she does. But I told her I'm going to need a time code because we're going to talk about something heavy at the start and then more fun stuff like Christmas after. So heavy stuff first, just so I can get it out, and then we'll go for the funner stuff. So, you've been warned! Yes. Okay. Warning over. So, we're going to talk about suicide, and preventing that, and all that stuff. We're at officially 8 now. We've officially stopped 8. Today I got the confirmation that that's the number we're at now. I did not see it coming, because I thought I wasn't really doing anything this year. And in a way, it's not the channel, it's me, and I'll explain why in a second. Now, I'm going to tell this story, and the reason why I'm telling it is because they don't follow the community. That's why it's just me doing it. But I say we because, this whole channel made me be out there and do all this stuff. I'm talking about, okay, it's part established. I'm talking about it because I need to get it out, because I don't want to think about it too much, because overthinking is what was going to get you. And so I got to get it out so it's done. Because I don't want to think about it tonight and tomorrow night about what if I wasn't there. So, real quick, those who are new and did not skip, suicide is very, very sensitive subject with me, and probably it's with a lot of people, of course, because we attempted that. How many years ago was it now? I can't. 5 years? Somewhere around there. I can't remember the year anymore. It's better not to remember anymore, really. But what started it all off was me losing my dream job, and that was in Christmas. So, the 23rd of December, whatever year it was, this is also the first year of the channel, by the way, I lost my dream job. It was the second year of the channel. No, it was the first year of the channel, because that's what caused it. So, this is the first year of the channel. Whenever that was, that's the year. And I got laid off the 23rd of December. I'm pretty sure it was the 23rd. Like, whatever that Friday was, right before Christmas, I got laid off. I lost my dream job. A lot of things were on the rocks, and I did not feel great. And I really sat there and considered it. Full on, in the dark, considered it. And then eventually I made my attempt. And, again. And so, we didn't get there, though, luckily, because obviously we're still here. Maybe a year or two later, the first prevention, we learned about it. I don't remember what happened, but it's because of Smite. And I don't need to go into detail on it because I've talked about it before, but just because of our Smite videos, this person really cheered up and they did not commit suicide. That's what happened. And then sometime later, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and now we're at the 8th. The 8th prevention was in the summer of this year. I found out today that that's what I did, not realizing that's what I had done. Did not realize I had prevented a suicide until today. I was just doing what I do. And the reason why I can tell the story is because it's not a community member. It's just someone that I encountered, but because of the channel and everything, I'm who I am and I do what I do, and that's why the suicide's been prevented. So I attribute that to the channel. Every now and then, Scarf is invited to a Discord and Scarf joins. Because I try to be social. I'm bad at it, but I try. And one day, this kid, they're not really kids, they're 18. They're saying some things, and it's definitely a cry for help kind of thing, a little worrying. And so I go in. I've only been on this Discord for a week, but I'm like, what's going on? What's up? And then they're like, they want to tell me in voice. They don't want to type all this out. They can't type all this out. But I'm like, okay, all right, I've got time. I've got time. I'll go in this. I'll go into this voice chat and I'll listen and what's going on. And I figure, maybe teen angst or something like that. It's what happens. I've not been here many times. I try to listen to people. I try to do that stuff because, we all need some... We just got a third gift. Okay. Steam just came up, I got a gift. Okay, so we all need release, is the way I put it. Because I worded before is that the suicidal thoughts are a flood. It's a flood of negativity, and you need to let it out as best you can. Hopefully positively, in a positive way, so it, you don't hurt yourself. But a release is important, and sometimes that release is a very slow vent. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let them vent to me, and it'll be all right. And then they'll feel better, and they'll be good. There you go. It's a thing I do sometimes. And so I'm just there in the voice chat, and they tell me what's up, and it's like, holy crap. So here's what's up. It was in the summer. They're 18. They're going to college. And so their dad's like, all right, this is my last chance to ask. So they get in this conversation, and it's really like, you don't really have you haven't had any girlfriends. What's like, do you not like girls? And he's like, girls are okay. The girls are fine. But he's like, but you like boys, don't you? And he admits to his father. That, yeah, I do. And the dad's okay with it. They come from a religious family. The dad's okay with it. The dad's fine. He's like, that's fine. It's okay. Like, because the dad believes in acceptance and all that stuff. So that's really good. That's very good news. The dad accepts him. But he asks his father, don't tell mom. Please don't tell mom. And the dad's like, it'll be fine. It'll be all right. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. The dad told the mom. So that night, they're just in bed, just doing whatever, just messing around with their phone or whatever. And their mom comes in. She breaks the door down, basically. Like, she doesn't knock, she doesn't turn the knob, she just batters it down and just gets in there. And she is screaming like a banshee to him. Like, he's like, she just started screaming at me, and I could hear it in his voice, just, oof. And I remember this conversation. It's just, because you don't forget these. You don't forget these. You never forget these. But she was just so angry at him for being him. What kind of world does that feel to you, right? Like, she was just yelling things, and he just, how can you understand someone who's just enraged? And then she just told him he should not exist. And she left. That was a week before I was talking to this kid. I keep saying kid. I'm 15 years on them at this point. So, that was a week ago at that point. When they're talking to me. And their mom hasn't said a word to them. Nothing. Not a word. She doesn't want to be anywhere near them. There's no conversations. She just doesn't want to be around him. I want to say imagine, but don't imagine this. Because that's... How can that not feel... How can that not tear you up inside? How can they not just... Ooh... How can that not do that, right? And so... A week of this. They've been stewing in that. Like, it's just really awkward in the house. They're gonna be leaving for college soon. And it's just an awful situation. Just a really, really awful situation. And it's just wearing on them. It really wears on them. And then they talk on the Discord. and all this, and now here I'm listening to them. And then I just ask questions. I like just things to just get them to keep talking. I'm like, well, I'm well, that's really awful. That's unfortunate with your mother and things like that, and just well, I asked if they had like friends and things like that, and they did, but they weren't really out with their friends and things like that. They didn't. They weren't. I was just trying to dig around for them to talk about something and find something positive. That's really what I was trying to do. And eventually, they get talking, and then they just talk. And I just learned a lot of things about just how religious the mom was, how they knew their mom wouldn't accept them. They weren't sure about their father, but they were relieved and all this stuff. And like their dad just really believes in people and stuff like that. And they're just going and going. This is I don't remember how long this went. It took a lot more time than I had, but I'm like, all right, I can't leave this. And I just listened because that is sometimes the only thing you can do, and that sometimes is the best thing you can do, and that is just listen, just let it come out. Because, like I said before, if you're trying to let the person's flood drain, that's what you're trying to do. Because when it's just all up in there, there is not much sense. And so just let it go, just let it come out. All of it comes out. And then they're just like, they don't really have anything else to talk about. Their throat's all raspy or whatever, like get water. And I'm like, okay, you don't have to say anything. Just be there. I'm right here. You got somebody here, that kind of thing. Like just making sure they know there's somebody there kind of situation. And the way the story ends for this is they're like, well, they really need to pee, so they got to go. So they go pee. I'm like, all right, well, sound like you're okay, so be good. So there you go. Eventually, I stopped using that Discord because when you're in like 50 Discords, you stop using Discords. And they track me down. And today I find out a bunch of things. They're in college. They found people who accepted them. They're happier now. They have a boyfriend. There's all these things. They still talk to their dad. They haven't heard a word from their mom. Still, 6 months. 6 or 7 months. I think it was in May. That's gotta be an awful feeling. But, yeah. And then they learn from their dad, she burned or sold everything of his. And whatever he left at home, that's all gone. He doesn't have a home to come back to. And think about the dad, he's gotta feel like shit. Right? How can you not? He's like, my wife's not that bad. It'll be fine. It'll be fine if I tell her our son's gay. And then it didn't go well at all. Holy crap. And that's just the whole situation there. But they're in a better place now. They're in a way better place. And then I learned information that would have been very helpful back then. Because I took it serious, but it was also just, it's like, I kind of know this rodeo, so I'm just doing it. I'm just going about the motions of it because I've done this a few times. And what they did not tell me was that they had their dad's gun in their hand the whole time. That's why they didn't want to type, because they wanted to keep their hand on that. And he's like, kidding me? Are you kidding me? So they just want to tell me thank you. They just want to tell me thank you because I really helped out. It was just some stranger and I helped out. That's what happened there. And I said, I'm like, what could I say? So what I said was, if I wasn't there, someone else would have. Just me taking that off me. I'm like, somebody would have been there. Just believing other people are great and someone would have caught it. Just like, if I wasn't there, someone else would be there. That's the way I put it. That was, I don't know how many hours ago before this vlog. And so it's just running in my head right now. It's just rolling. It's like, what if I wasn't there? That's a useless thought. It's a useless thought because I was there. And you can't think of what ifs because you can't go back in time. And, well, we're in the good ending of all this anyway, so it's useless not to think about that. We're in the good ending. It's not the bad ending. It's not like, what if I did this or that? They're alive. They're alive. That's what's important. Trying to get it out of my head right now. It is that nonsensical thing of it's literally just a stranger, me. Sometimes it just takes a stranger to just listen. Sometimes it just takes time. Like, I wish this was a better world, you know? Like, I wish it wasn't like that, you know? Like, it's illegal to be gay in some countries. It's crazy. It's illegal to be who you are. And I was just listening. I was just listening. And that's all you needed. It is a big random world. It is a big random world out there, and by randomness we've done it. We prevented it. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, guys. It really, I know. These vlogs are therapy for Scarf, and that's what this episode is. Okay. There's probably nothing else useful to say. Take a minute, and then we'll talk about funner times, because this is the Christmas vlog. And there's melancholy, and then there's great times, and all these things. Everything's happening right now at any moment. Good things and bad things are happening right now. And this was a good thing. After a bad thing. Bad that their mom's like that. It's good that some random jackass was there. Alright, taking a break from this. So there. So now the time code's gonna be whatever after this moment. Palette cleanse. So it's literally been 40 minutes since I recorded the heavy part. And so here we are at this part. And if you time coded, you don't even know. It's just weird, because at this point it's like, okay, Scarf's just up as normal. But while those people who are at the heavy part, now you're hit this part. I'm talking too much. So the palette cleanse, for those who need it, let's talk about Star Wars and get mad. And then we'll talk about Christmas. Star Wars. I saw it opening day. There's a full review. There's a full spoiler talk as well. That's all there. Check that out. The first part, if you're just curious. The second part, if you've seen the movie, if you don't care about spoils, I'm not a big fan of spoiler talks if you haven't seen the movie, honestly, because you don't know what the hell someone's talking about. So, see the damn movie or not, whatever, and then just only watch the spoiler talk if you've seen the movie. I think that's just the way to go about it, because you won't know what's going on. You just won't. So that's all there. But really quick, it's been a week or 2 weeks. It's been a week since Star Wars came out. And so there's been the time to think about it. And what the biggest thing I have is I hate talking about Star Wars now. I absolutely hate talking about Star Wars. At least with the movies. When it comes to 7, 8, and 9, it is not worth talking about Star Wars. Just is not worth it. It's not fun. Everyone sucks. Because everyone's trying to prove their movie's good, and then they break down the other movies for the most part. That's really what it is. Now, if you want to talk about The Mandalorian, everyone's in love with that. So you can still have really good Star Wars talk about The Mandalorian, unless Episode 8 didn't stick it. I've only seen 1 through 5 right now. I'm going to see 6, 7, and 8 tonight. So we'll see if my opinion changes. I don't know. But it's been really fun watching The Mandalorian. It's very fun. So on the small screen, Star Wars is doing well. On the big screen, it's all over the place. And what I want to talk about is, after a week, looking at discourse with people who are not annoying about it, and just different thoughts about it. Here's the thing about 7, 8, and 9. 9 retroactively makes 7 and 8 worse. And the reason for that is because of what happened. You got J.J. Abrams 7, Rian Johnson 8, and then J.J. Abrams comes back for 9. And the problem with that is you got 2 different visions going in 2 different directions. 7, I thought was really entertaining, really good. Some people did not like 7 because it was too much of a retread of 4. And they just didn't like that at all. Well, I'm like, this is just, the retread's fine because that is a literary thing that does happen where another generation experiences what the previous generation dealt with. That's something that happens. 7 is fine. It's really entertaining. I like it a lot. I think it's number 1 on my list. It might be number 1 on my list. I really liked it a lot. I could sit down and watch it right now. I like 7 that much. And so it was just really entertaining. And with the thought that after 7, J.J. Abrams or whoever is not going to be doing any more retreading. Maybe they'll, like, of course, 8's going to be kind of more Empire-y. Like, the bad guys got to do betters because they need to be bigger stakes for the 3rd movie. But, like, they're not going to retread Empire too much, I'm sure, and all that. This was a lot of optimism here. After 7. And then The Last Jedi comes out, and I really liked it a lot. I was blown away by that. This was really good. It's an amazing movie. And I did not have the complaints other people had. I thought it was just a good movie. It was well made. If you put a lot of pressure on it, it does come apart at points. It really does, because any movie under enough scrutiny will fall apart. That's just how it is. And I think it was mostly pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. I think it's way up there on my list as well. Don't remember my list right now. It's number 1 for Jinx, I think. And again, with this movie, I could sit down and watch it right now. I found it entertaining enough. 9, on the other hand, is a movie I probably won't watch again. Maybe I'll watch it in a month, still in theaters if it's still there, just to see what do I pick up this time. Other people said the second viewing makes it worse. I'm like, damn. 9 is all the emotions for a lot of things. I think you can be disappointed, you can hate it, you can love it, you can like it. I don't think you should love it, though, honestly. It's a bit of a mess. 9 is a bit of a mess. And it hurts 7, 8, and 8 because of just where those movies could have gone, and then 9 was just very safe. And it was a retread of 6. Alternate universe, J.J. Abrams did all 3 movies, and they were just retreads of 4, 5, and 6. They were very safe, they were fun and entertaining, but they were very safe, and they weren't as great as people had hoped. For sure, that's what they would be. And the big thing is they'd be consistent. That's the big thing. And we'd probably hem and haw, but overall, we'd be happy with it for the most part, this sequel trilogy. By the way, anyone who thinks the prequels, 1, 2, and 3 are somehow better than 9 are insane. 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 If you honestly think that, you're insane. A year from now, you still think that. What? I don't understand. 9 is middle of the pack. It's just middle of the pack. There are some good moments, there are some bad moments. Overall, I could watch 9 again before I watch the prequels again. I think out of the prequels, the only one I'd be willing to watch again is 1, just because it's a thing of its time. 2 and 3, I can't sit down and watch those ever again. I just can't. I will in like 10 or 20 years, probably. Because, you know, Scarf wants kids, and those kids are going to be watching Star Wars at some point. And it will be interesting to know what they feel. What do future generations think of these 9 movies? That'll be very interesting. Not being around the hype, not being around any of these things, it'll be very interesting to see what they think. And so 9 makes 7 and 8 worse because of just where it could have gone, but also because it was just 2 different directions. And it makes 8 worse because 8 did 9 no favors. 9 spent way too much time backtracking what 8 did. Spent way too much time addressing what 8 did. Instead of working with it, it spent a lot of time working against it. And they did Rose dirty. It's very unfortunate. I'm really not happy with what they did to Rose. And there's some really good moments. There's really entertaining moments, like I already said. And there's a couple of problematic moments. And that's because of fan service. This movie spends way too much time on fan service. Too much fan service in here. Just too much. You know that meme gif with that little girl's kind of thing? That's my reaction to how much fan service. It was like, no, too much fan service. Too much. It's very unfortunate. They were giving you a banana split and an ice cream sundae, and they just kept shoving ice cream down your throat. They're like, you like sweets, so you keep having these ice cream. That's what this fan service was. And it was too much. It's just too much. And some of it was problematic. I would love to see a Rian Johnson trilogy. I think it would be amazing. Like I said about pressure, you put even the lightest bit of pressure on episode 9, it cracks. Very unfortunate. I think 7 and 8, it can handle a good amount of pressure and criticism. 9 cannot handle that much pressure and criticism. It can crack pretty easily. That's very unfortunate. 9 could have been a lot of things, and I did not come in with any hope or any hype at all. I'm like, all right, let's just see how this ends. And I wasn't disappointed. It was a fine movie. It's an okay movie, middle of the pack movie. But I know it could have been something more. It's just unfortunate. And that's because Disney was cynical. Because Disney's like, we're going to give you a movie every year. Going to give you a movie every single year. We're going to do trilogy movie, spin-off. Trilogy movie, spin-off. And the first 2 years was fine. I think 7 was good. And then Rogue One was good. And then I liked Last Jedi. And then Solo happened. And I think Solo is also just okay. But we didn't need it. I would have rather had an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. The reason why you'd rather have an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie is because there was not the prequels. There was prequels, but there was also the Clone Wars cartoon. There were things there that you have all this knowledge you can have about Obi-Wan Kenobi that a lot of people have watched and everything that could make it a good movie. That could make it worth watching. Solo, all you got is those 3 movies. That's it. And it really depends on how many people actually care about Han Solo. Not everyone does. I think Kenobi had a better chance at Han Solo. And they're planning on a Boba Fett movie? You mean the most overrated character ever? You gotta be kidding me. But then they changed course. And I'm hoping that maybe we'll eventually get an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie with respect and makes it good. And the reason why Star Wars is such a bad spot is because Disney did not show respect. And it's mind-blowing because Marvel is also a Disney property. Marvel was shown due respect for the most part. It's really good, very entertaining. Even the worst ones of the MCU are still entertaining. They're not great, but they're still entertaining. I could watch any of them and be fine. I can't watch the prequels again for this, but that's not Disney's fault. With 9 is one that I would rather watch Thor 2 than Episode 9. I think that's the better way to put it, because obviously Star Wars wasn't Disney's yet when it comes to the prequels, so forget that part. What's important is what Disney made. That's where I'm derailing on an accident. 7, 8, 9, I'd rather watch Thor 2 than 9. That's where we're at. That's very unfortunate. And the only reason why I'd rather watch 2 than 9 is because I really like... I forgot her name. I forget, not Natalie Portman, the other one, the side character. I like that actress a lot. Obviously. For obvious reasons is what I meant. Rather watch that. Rather watch Iron Man 2 than 9, and that's very unfortunate. It could have been 7, 8, 9 could have been a contender. But I definitely really want to see a Rian Johnson trilogy. Just be far away from this point in the timeline. Do whatever he wants to do, and I think it'll be really good. Be really entertaining. I think we'll like it a lot. And I'm going way too long on this. So, that's the palate cleanse. So let's talk about Christmas. Do I have a Christmas? This is the closest I got to a Christmas Kirby. Got the green and the red and all that stuff. So there are official art of Kirby. There's like official Kirby art, right? And the Christmas stuff, it's implied that King Dedede is the Santa of Dreamland, which is funny. Because King Dedede is the most selfish bastard of them all. But it's all cute and all that great stuff. So, Christmas stuff. Christmas with my family. So let me tell you about that, because this could be a fun story. This year, someone had the idea of, let's do Hot Pot. So they want to do Hot Pot. And Hot Pot is, if you don't know, it's, I guess the best way to go about it is it's like fondue, but not. So the idea is you got this big boiling bowl of water in the middle of the table. You got raw meat, you got raw vegetables, raw noodles, all this, everything's raw. Everything. And it's like a big bowl, but inside there's also a smaller bowl. And so the big bowl is regular water with like beef stock. And the middle, spicy water. Because some people like it spicy. And so most people, they want just regular. And the problem with this is, well, they did 2 stations. They did 2 hot pots because it was a big area, a lot of people, like 40, 50 people. And so hot pot. Here's the problem. Because of the big one in the middle, the ladles could not fit into the side area. The ones who put this all together, they weren't thinking all the way, and so the ladles are too big. So you can't really put your food in there and then have it cook in the boil and then take it out. Because the idea is it's ladles, either with the holes in them or just ladles if you want some liquid with your food. And so you're putting in like raw meat and all this stuff, and you're supposed to take it out using the ladles. And the ladles are too big. Can't fit them in there. So that was really blowing it. So my dad's idea is we're going to have fun now. So he's basically just like, okay, put your noodles, put all your raw meat in a bowl, and then just like pour the liquid in there. There you go. Now, if you were going for the middle, the spiciness, you're good because it's just a bowl right there. So you just dip it in and out. You're good. Not everyone's going spicy, so sucks to be you if you don't like spicy stuff. Oops. Luckily, the saving grace was an uncle thought, let's also do Korean barbecue. So there were 2 grills. And again, it's raw meat. You got bulgogi, if you don't know what that is, that's amazing cheap meat. And other Korean barbecue meats, I can't remember what they're called because I'm bad at this. And you got like raw mushroom, raw bell pepper, raw zucchini, all these raw things. And we also had scallops and shrimp and fish cake and octopus and squid, and Asians eat everything. And just all these different raw things. They're all raw. And you butter up the grill, and then you just put whatever on there, and then you're just flipping it around. There you go. So I'm like, all right, screw the hot pot. I'm just going to go over here. And I'm just there at the grill, cooking things up, cooking other people things, and cooking me things. I'm just eating off the grill, basically. It's like, I got tongs in my hand, just tonguing it up. I got a Heineken in my other hand. By the way, why do people like Heineken? They gave me a Heineken. I'm like, well, I don't have a choice now. I've been given booze. So just Heineken and this. And just drinking and grilling and eating and drinking and grilling and all that stuff. And that was nice and all. And fun. It was just fun grilling and eating. And just making things for people. And we have like kids. And oh, here's the funny part. So there's kids at this party. And for some reason, not everyone has the thought process that maybe we should put Christmas movies on. The head of the house that we were at, this uncle, puts on Rambo Last Blood. Rambo Lost Blood, big screen TV. Big screen TV. And if you have not seen Rambo Last Blood, it is bloody as hell. Also, there's prostitutes and stuff in this movie. It's taken. So Rambo Last Blood is taken, but way more aggressive about it. In both ways. In what happens to the girl and in what Rambo does to the bad guys. Way more aggressive. So way bloodier, way gorier. Bad things happen to women in this thing. And these kids are just sitting there glued to the screen watching this. And you could tell some adults, like, maybe they shouldn't be watching this. I'm like, maybe they shouldn't be watching this. But at the same time, it's not my call. So 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 8-year-old, they watching Rambo Last Blood. And they're glued to it. They are glued to it. Some points were scary. And so I had to hold the hands of the the littlest ones, because when they get scared, they try to grab someone's hand. I'm like, all right, I'm right here. There you go. I'm right there. I'm right here. My hand's here. There, your hand's on it. Okay, there you go. And they're watching a movie and all this stuff. And it's just, I wasn't watching a movie. I was watching it, but I was also just watching them watch the movie. And it's like, what's a word for this? It's like I don't have any control of this because it's not my TV. But I'm like, we really shouldn't be letting these kids watch this. And then a dude gets a hammer through the head. I'm like, we really should not be letting the kids watch this. But I'm like, it is what it is, whatever. I'm drinking and eating, whatever. And, oh my god, these kids are just watching this movie. Bloody movie. Gory movie. Kids should not be watching this movie, but they're watching this movie. It was ridiculous. Oh my god. Christmas is a silly time. Christmas is a silly time. Then there was like the white elephant. White elephant, I don't like white elephant. I think as a meaningful, if Christmas means anything to you, you don't do white elephant. If Christmas means anything to you, you give people gifts because you know what they like. White elephant is is it when you don't know what people like, or you just don't want to give a bunch of presents? Because family tradition for me is every single person gets a gift. It's very expensive. Scar spent $1,000 this year on Christmas gifts, but I can afford it because I have a job now. That's none of the channel money, by the way, obviously. The channel money goes to the channel, in case anyone's wondering that, because someone will always wonder that. I spent $1,000 on Christmas presents because that's how I roll. Everyone gets a present in my family. Everyone gets one. And so, and if I don't have a better idea, then they just get money. Not a gift card, money, because money's better than a gift card. And, where was I going with this? So that's how I roll. That's how a lot of other people in my family roll. But it's changed to where white elephant, because everyone's getting older anyway, so you don't need to get toys for kids. For the most part, there's a couple kids, but not a lot. And so white elephant's just easier because you don't spend as much money, and there's a game, you can make a game out of it and all this stuff. And honestly, it's an abysmal experience every single time. People get mad, people don't like what they got, this and that, and it's just not fun. It just isn't. People just get mad. It's not a great time. And this happens again in this one. But it was mostly entertaining for the most part, so that's good. And it's partially because the people who were the most hateful about White Elephant weren't there this year. That also helped. I mentioned before, the uncle that really can't wait for a civil war, he's in Arizona. Didn't have to deal with him this year. That really helped because he gets really angry about White Elephant. Really angry about White Elephant. Because he made up rules for how it should work, and people didn't want to do his rules, so he gets really mad and aggressive about it. Family's family. You gotta deal with it. Or you don't. And so it was just random fun with that, and dear God, half the presents were gift cards, though. In the end, Scarf got a, $25 gift card to Starbucks. Scarf doesn't go to Starbucks. Had I known, though, someone got a gift card to Corvette's Diner, which is a 50s diner with 50s food, 50s style food, and 50s style food is actually not, well, it's bad for your heart, but it's pretty yummy. If I'd known that's what they had, I would have stolen theirs, but I didn't know that's what, because some Asians have thick accents, so I didn't understand what they were saying. I would have stolen that, though, and, I would have gotten that. Because Corvette's Diner, they straight up, they do it deep. It's all greaser and all that stuff, and the burgers are pretty good, and the shakes are straight up, you just, with the other hand, this is not a good sense of gauge. Okay, here, water bottle. You know what a water bottle size is. This much more, like this. Like, about the thickness as well. And you got, like, 2 scoops of ice cream off the side of it as well. Oh, that sugar. It's really yummy. You only do it once in a while, so you don't get diabetes. And I would have been happy to go there. Good news for Scarf, I've only gained 1 pound in the holidays. 1 pound. My boss's wife has gained 8 pounds in the holidays. My boss's wife, though, she doesn't feel right if she doesn't work out 2 hours a day. That's who she is. She is an exercise nut. She has a 6-pack, which isn't there right now because 8 pounds were gained. This is what he's telling me. I'm like, damn, I thought 1 pound was bad for me. 8 pounds. And here's the reason, though. His wife loves pie. Loves pie. Straight up, she ate on her own a coconut cream pie. Now, he told me Tuesday this is what happened. Tuesday, it's Christmas eating and all that stuff, and someone got a banana cream pie. She grabbed it, and she's just going. Holy shit. That's crazy. That's crazy, yo. Come on. No wonder she gained 8 pounds. And Friday, which is yesterday, they're having their Christmas party, so I'm sure that's getting even crazier. But they also had Christmas. They had multiple Christmas parties for different family members for them over there. And a sister-in-law made a rhubarb pie, and I got some piece, and it's a really good rhubarb pie, so yay for me. Good times. Okay, so we did a Christmas giveaway. We gave away Switch for Christmas, and I can't believe I'm mentioning it now this late in the game. We're doing a giveaway of two $50 Nintendo Switch Shop, the Switch Shop cards for New Year's. So there's a tweet out there. You just retweet and like, and that'll put you in there, and I'll just DM the winner. I don't announce winners because that just gets winners attacked. Sore losers are not great, which is really weird because it's a free chance to win something. What are you doing harassing winners? I've said this before. So there's a chance for that, and I'll give that away on New Year's. Someone's going to get that by New Year's. So yeah, lighter note with Christmas stuff. At the end of the day, I don't think I said it. No, I probably did. I'm thankful for everyone. Thankful for you all. I'm thankful for Jinx. Thank you for just life in general. Just thankful. I'm really, really thankful. And at this point for me, living with depression for how long has it been? 14, 15 years. I can think that far back. That's when I first experienced depression. Funny thing is when I entered college, I guess the pressure of that got to me. I first experienced depression around that point. Having lived with depression for like 13-something years, it has been its lightest in a long time this year, for sure. I still have regrets and sadness about things, but that's part of life. The older you get, the more regrets you gain, because that's just how things are. But for the most part, I think I'm in a better place now than I've ever been. And I'm happy with that. Part of that, of course, is the channel, and having our community and everything, and all that stuff. I am thankful for y'all. I am, of course, thankful. I'm thankful for this vlog, because it's really good therapy. This vlog is obviously TMI at times. For sure. For sure. But I don't give away anything too bad, I don't think, anyway. It's just, that's what's haunting Scarf at the time, basically. And I'm thankful for just everything, really. Thankful for the channel. And not for the channel, who knows what would have happened. If not for my community, some of you have been with us for 6 years. You've been with us the entire time. And even if you've only been with us for a year, I'm thankful as well. Of course, come on. We're all on this rock together. And we can make the load for each other heavier or lighter. That's just how it is. And the goal is always going to be to make it lighter for everyone. That's always going to be the goal. If I won the lottery, that lottery would be gone, I think, fairly quickly. I really think that. I think, well, okay. Enough money goes into the bank to survive, and then the rest of that's just going to everybody else. That's just what would happen. Because that's who I am. I don't need to hoard it. I'm not a dragon. So thank you everyone for being here. This is the last vlog of the year. Next one will be like the 2nd, I think. So yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Not everyone watches the vlog, so I gotta say just in general to my community at some point, just thank you for being here. Watching the LPs, watching the vlog, watching the Kirby podcast, or listening to the Kirby podcast, watching just whatever special things we're doing. Don't forget, next year's going to be a lot of special projects. We'll see how it all goes. Next LP is going to be Fallen Order or Life is Strange 2, probably. But that's everything. That's everything. I'd probably cry now if I didn't cry earlier. But I'm all out of energy now for that. So that's it. That's the vlog. I'm just rambling it on at this point. Thank you everyone for being here. I had fun of everyone watching. That's what's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.